All right, so here we go. We got another wild story. Oh, we're back. We're ready. We're live. So the TikTok ban, is it underway? What is the deal? What is going on? So we're curious. We're very curious at this point. And is it a free speech issue? Is it or is it just security theater? That's the question. So another delay on the TikTok ban. Is this protecting Americans from Beijing or just political cosplay that keeps creators in limbo? We don't know. This is one of the reasons why I don't create content on TikTok. I pretty much exclusively create content on YouTube at this point, just because it's a moneymaker. And if I stop making money on YouTube, I'll just go to another platform. But I think that's the mindset of a lot of people right now, overall. Give me a few moments, folks. Getting a couple things squared away. Turning on a couple things here. One moment. Pinning the message. Give me a few more seconds, everybody. We're almost there. Almost there. Getting really sexy. What up, everybody? So we're talking about the inevitable, in my opinion, the inevitable TikTok ban. And we're not sure about it. I don't know. There's just a little bit, something doesn't seem right about it. Sorry for the delays, everybody. T-Tech, give me money. Easy money. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We got simp scribe, though. We don't need subscribers. We need simp scribers. That's what we really need. Oh, T-Pain says they know me in real life. T-Pain, how do you know me? How do you know me, brother? Is this the real T-Pain? Are you the GOAT? I love T-Pain, dude. T-Pain's the man. I love that auto-tune. My hairline's cooked, dude. I got a great hairline. Look at that. Oh, I'm a Dodonis. Dude, everybody wants to be in here. They just don't know it yet. But I'm ready, dude. Antoine says, let's rock. TT ain't going nowhere. Absolutely. Thank you, G Dog. Can I play music? I don't want to get any copyright strikes, so I avoid playing music during my lives. Time to get more samples. Yeah. Do you guys think I should sign up for the Brand Connect? I've been thinking about it. And I'm considering the Brand Connect. It's, get brand deals, review offers, and work with brands directly in YouTube Studio. That's right, all in one place. Get paid through Google Ads as you receive offers from our pool of amazing. I don't know. Brand Connect doesn't sound fun. Maybe I'll have to look into it a little bit more. But for right now, the super chats are pretty good. I mean, I'll sing. I might sing a few songs for some super chats. Absolutely. The viewer drop off is real, but do you guys think the ban is really going to happen? Do you guys believe there's going to be a real TikTok ban? Have you been banned from TikTok? I know I've had like most of my content is shadow banned on there. But overall, I'm just not a big fan of the platform. It's tough for me too. So Vivek says my hairline looks like Donald Trump's. Okay. Well, I can make more. Do you want to get aquarium? Do you want to give me some simper chest? Do you want to see be a simp? The more you simp, the more you pimp. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I got myself a woman. Hell yeah. I'm the man. Now I got myself a good woman though in my life, man. She's incredible, and she understands what I'm trying to do at the moment, and she's been very supportive, and it's the best part about it, man. Also, the more subscribers we have, the better. So I really appreciate any subscribers, any additional subscriptions to this channel. You know, if you can't give a super chat, at least give a subscribe. It helps us out a lot. Yeah, she watches it from time to time. She's been super supportive of it too, which is great. She's not a big fan of some of my viewpoints, but you know, I'm honest. I'm sincere. Not some of my viewpoints, you know, they're just different, but not bad or anything. All right, but I appreciate the subscription though, my man. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, the more subscribers we have, the better. I call you guys the simp scribers, obviously. The more simps we have, the more pimps we have. Thank you for the subscription, Aquarium Hobbyist. You're the man. But yeah, no, the TikTok ban is something that's very interesting to me. This is a delay on the TikTok ban. Is it protecting Americans? I don't know. Look, here's what happened today. So, the US and China signaled approval for a framework deal to spin off TikTok's US business to a new US based entity with American investors, right? Oracle, Silver Lake, and others holding control. ByteDance would keep under 20% and license the algorithm. It's not final yet, but the reason the ban clock keeps getting pushed. So why a delay matters. So the divest or ban law had hard deadlines, but the White House already extended one deadline by 90 days to September 17th. Then momentum shifted towards this spin-off deal. Now, there is a deal in the works. U.S. investors to control TikTok US ByteDance. And then ByteDance will have less than 20% of ownership. Interesting. So the law and the court rulings go like this. So the law, Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act, which was signed in April 24th of 2024, it forced ByteDance to divest in 9 months or face a nationwide ban on app stores and hosting. Now, TikTok sued on First Amendment grounds. The D.C. Circuit wrestled with it in late 2024. The Supreme Court ultimately upheld the law on January 17th, 2025. So Congress can condition distribution of a foreign-controlled app tied to a foreign adversary. Congress flirted with more time. Some lawmakers floated another 270-day extension. You can see where that's heading. I don't know. Kicking the can down the road doesn't seem good. I think if they're just going to need to do something, they're just going to have to do something, you know? It'll be interesting to see where this goes. But yeah, I do think this is a form of like kicking the can down the road sort of thing. And I just don't think it's going to be good in the long run. But then again, you never know. Just don't know, man. One moment, folks. Sorry about that. Now I just wanna see your face. Come on, love. Come on, love. Just show your face, cause we're giving up. Come on, love. Come on, love. Release yourself, cause we're giving enough. Don't you forget about me. One moment, folks. Just doing something real fast. There we go. Okay, cool. So we're simping for the pimps and we're pimping for the simps. There we go. That looks really good. I'm looking at this from mobile. Check this out. Boom. That's what we're looking at right now. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. By the way, super chats get highlighted, by the way, and read first, so that matters. So do you guys think the TikTok ban is pretty much an inevitability at this point? Like, what are you guys feeling about this? I think there's a lot of lawmakers feeling themselves over this, getting a little too excited. I think getting excited over banning something, I don't know. I think as long as ByteDance doesn't really own that much of it, it's tough to say. ByteDance, if I remember correctly, hearing this is a foreign company, China, and they're not, and they answer to Japan of China. So it seems like they're kicking the can down the road if they if they delay this any further. I think it would be within ByteDance's best interest to sell majority stake of the company so they're a minority shareholder. I mean, they would still profit. They would still be the company behind it. They would still have access to the algorithm, but they wouldn't have, I don't think they'd have as much access to the data. So I think all the data access would be within companies like Oracle and stuff like that. It'll be interesting to see what the result ends up being, though. Is the thing? It's tricky. It really gets we're reaching into some weird waters, you guys. Weird waters. But yeah, the more we know, the better we get about this. So, what do you guys feeling on this one? Do you guys feel like this is moving in the right direction, wrong direction? Like, what do we got? What do we got, boys? I appreciate the subs, by the way. Thank you for every subscription, by the way. More subscribers, the better. But I need your guys' opinions, man. What will this lead to? Hold on. I had to adjust I had to adjust my wang. So how long do you guys think I am? Like, how long is my you-know-what? But yeah, so the TikTok ban, man, it's an interesting thing. I still don't know what to think of it. Because it's delayed, obviously. But you know, what's it gonna be? Are we gonna get another kick the can down the road sort of scenario? Are we gonna get? And let me give you a little more facts about this. As many facts as I can, at least as much info as we can to try to get a better understanding of this. And the thing is, let's take a look here. So today's delay exists because let me back that up a little bit. So what a ban would actually mean in practice is this: it's not an instant app kill. Practically, it blocks app store distribution, updates, and certain hosting, leading to gradual degradation and loss of functionality. That's why delays and extensions matter. They keep the app usable while negotiations happen. So, yeah, I mean, that's a big deal. So, the new deal, what changes and what doesn't? Here's the thing. So, US based TikTok entity, all right? Oracle and US investors will own control. ByteDance will own under 20%. Algorithm licensed. Needs formal approvals and compliance details, all right? So, unanswered question: who governs algorithm changes and transparency? The other questions would be this: can the US entity operate fully if the algorithm stays licensed from ByteDance? That's the question. Also, number 3, enforcement. What triggers a reban if conditions are breached? A lot of questions. A lot of questions about that. So, who are the winners and losers in this scenario? Creators and SMBs, small businesses. Delays sparred a cliff event, but uncertainty hurts planning. A settled spin-off is bullish for creators who rely on traffic. So, big tech. If TikTok had been banned, Meta, YouTube, Snap would have gained. A controlled spin-off preserves competition. Politics. Both parties get talking points. We stood up to China versus we protected free speech and small businesses. Reuters' timeline shows how long this has been a political football. So, quick question, creators. How much of your income is TikTok dependent? 0 to 25%, 25 to 50%, 50 to 75, 75 to 100. That's the question here. India banned TikTok outright in 2020. That decision stuck. The US is experimenting with conditional openness instead of full blackout. The EU, DSA pressure forced changes. TikTok light rewards withdrawn. Expect more algorithm transparency and youth safety demands as well. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate that compliment. Thank you, brother. Give me one more moment, though. I gotta check something. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully, I'm sounding all right. My voice is a little bit harsh today, but that's okay. But yeah, the TikTok ban, man, it's or at least the delay on the ban is just an interesting subject within itself. Um, Give me 1 second though. I gotta check another factor here. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate you, brother. Okay, so a quick Q&A, I guess. I guess the question would be, the first question you could think of, is this a First Amendment violation? So, could it be? Could this be considered one? The SCOTUS upheld the law. Government can restrict distribution of foreign controlled apps tied to adversaries while leaving user speech avenues elsewhere. What if ByteDance keeps any stake? The proposed deal caps it under 20% and puts U.S. control in place. Critics still worry because the algorithm is licensed, not fully transferred. Could a future administration reban it? Yes. If compliance fails or new intel emerges, administrative actions in future laws could tighten to loosen the regime. Tie back to like the App Store enforcement mechanics, that sort of thing. Does Oracle hosting actually fix it? You know, Oracle's a big software giant of a company. But the question is, does that actually fix anything? It mitigates data access risk, doesn't fully address content influence concerns without algorithm oversight. So if they don't really have any true control of the algorithm, it's like, kind of what is the point, you know? Now, I want you guys to type free speech if you think the ban was an overreach. Type security if you think the risk is real. So, do you think this is a free speech issue or a security issue? Type what you guys think in the chat box below. Also, an interesting creator tip that I could give you guys: cross post your best TikTok to Shorts reels with UTMs. While this is unresolved, hedge your funnel. Here, if you're on TikTok, you should also be on YouTube Shorts. You should be on all of these. But yeah, that's the smartest thing one can do in my mind, in my opinion. Crashing down, losing ground, till I see you again, and you know. One moment, folks. One moment. All right. Let's roll. Make sure you guys subscribe and like the video. Helps out the channel a lot. Helps us out on the algorithm quite a bit. More likes we get, the better. The more subscribes we get, the better. So I appreciate any likes and any subscribes, you guys. Really do. But yeah, this TikTok ban, what do you guys really think about it? Like, is this something we should be concerned about? I mean, I personally think so. But let's see what else we can discover here. So here's the thing in our takeaway on this one. Today's delay exists because a US China framework deal is finally in reach. At least it seems like it, based on the optics here. US control ByteDance minority algorithm license. Whether that's real security or security theater depends on the teeth behind auditing and enforcement. Look, anytime the government gets involved in anything, I'm pretty anti-government for the most part. I think it gets into a weird gray area. I don't think it's always good when the government gets involved. So it gets weird, yeah. What do you guys think of the deal? Do you guys think we're on the wrong track with this? Double tap the screen if you think that this is a free speech issue. You know, leave a comment if you think it's a security issue. I personally think, I don't know, it's tough to say. Look, if US user data is actually being seen by like the Chinese government, that is a problem. We should be skeptical. Skepticism is needed. And I think we're a little too happy. I don't know. We need to we got to get a kick in our complacency at some point, man. It's got to be a kick in our complacency. But no, I think the TikTok ban is out of this world. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. I do want to create a quick poll here. I mean, so the main question is, should TikTok be banned in the US? It's a real question, man. I don't. Here's the thing. I don't think it really should. I think if you use TikTok, you should. If it's gonna be, if your data is gonna be viewed by the Chinese government in some capacity, there does need to be a warning label on that. Because I think it's bad for the Chinese government to have access to U.S. data, U.S. user data. Don't think that's good. It's one of the reasons I don't use TikTok. One of the reasons I stuck with YouTube alone is because, first off, YouTube, even though YouTube does some shady crap from time to time, if I'm going to compare the two evils, I'm going to go with YouTube over TikTok. Absolutely. Without a doubt, 100%. Because TikTok, it loves laying down the ban hammer a little bit too much. But no, I think TikTok does lower your attention span, though. I think vertical videos in general, like, not only kill your attention span, but also kill your ability for your peripherals. Kill the peripherals a lot. So ultimately, I think it's a bad thing. Oh no, Truth Nation, uncensored. We got 3 votes, by the way. Should TikTok be banned in the US? And all three of you voted yes. Yeah, I think TikTok is ultimately a net negative for society. I don't believe that vertical videos are good for us. Horizontal, yes, because it allows an expansion of the visual of your vision right there. Yeah, I think that vertical videos, I do think, kind of kill your mind a little bit, especially short form. I think long form, you can kind of get away with it on the long form scale of things, but yeah, I think that TikTok, I don't know, I'm not a fan of it being banned, but I do think there needs to be a warning label on TikTok and any social media. To be quite honest, I think needs some kind of warning label. Hello, Rald. Appreciate you. That's crazy. You're saying that children are addicted to TikTok in the Philippines. It's wild. It's social media can be really addicting, man. I remember when I had the Facebook app, there was one time I was just like on there for 30 minutes, just infinitely scrolling, and I caught myself doing it, and I was like, this is a waste of time, and I uninstalled the Facebook app and never looked back. I honestly can't stand Facebook anyway. If I wanted to hear a bunch of Karens complaining about Trump, I would go to the local Democrat, what do you call that? The Democrat booth. But I want to thank everybody who's viewing this, by the way. So, one other thing we want to talk about, how do you guys use TikTok? You know, do you guys actually use TikTok? Or are you guys pretty much primarily on the YouTube shorts or the YouTube lives? Because that's kind of a curiosity I have. Is like, do people who go on YouTube live and watch videos like mine, do you guys ultimately go back to TikTok? Do you guys fluctuate between TikTok, or are you just kind of like primarily on YouTube? Or are you primarily on TikTok? One or the other. I guess it depends. J Fam, can you hear me, boy? Can you hear me, bud? Well, hopefully the audio isn't too low. One moment, folks. Okay. So how is my you can see the microphone Yeti stereo microphone thing right there. How am I looking? Do I look like the audio levels are normal? Do you think the audience is gonna be able to hear me pretty decently with these levels? You could see everything. You could see it in live action. How is it looking based on what you see from my video camera on there?
Yeah, I can definitely see what you got going on there. So, from what I'm looking at, your Yeti mic levels actually seem pretty balanced. They're hovering around the 0 dB mark. From what I can tell, everything looks like it's in a pretty decent range, so I'd say you're good to go. If you keep it like this, I think your audience will definitely be able to hear you just fine.
Okay, so you're still able to monitor this. Just keep monitoring. I'm just talking right now into the microphone. You could see the level still. Everything still looks good. It doesn't look like because you could see that I'm not in the yellow. I'm kind of getting close, but I'm not in the yellow. So if I'm kind of where I'm at right now, I should be good. Do you think it's and if not, just let me know. If I need to up the gain or lower the gain, let me know what you think based on your analysis. Should I lower the gain or should I up the gain?
Yeah, from what I'm seeing, it actually looks like you're in a really good spot. You're hovering just under that yellow range, which is perfect. You generally want to be right around where you are, just kind of tapping into that yellow zone occasionally when you're talking a bit louder. That means you're going to come through clearly, and it's not going to be too quiet or too distorted. So I think you can leave the gain exactly as it is. There's no real need to adjust it up or down. Everything looks good.
Thank you, my brony brother. I'm out. All right, let's see. Um, yeah. I'm gonna lower the gain just a little further, just a peak, just a little peak. There we go. Okay, so overall, I think what we're doing here with the whole TikTok ban, I'm not like I said, I'm not a fan of it. I just don't think. I think there should be a warning label on TikTok saying that like, hey, JPEG may be able to access your data. Watch out, bro. Watch out. That sort of thing. But I do appreciate y'all. We need more CMs and we need more PMs. Make sure you guys like the video. More likes we get, the better. I'm trying to rack up the likes, so more likes. It's very sexy. Well, looks like everybody says yes. We'll accept that. No more polls for the night. But yeah, overall, what do you guys think about the information I provided in this particular video? Do you think it was helpful? Kind of gives you a better understanding of like what's happening. Do any of you guys fluctuate between the two platforms? Do some of you guys go between TikTok and YouTube Shorts? Do you prefer the vertical format? Is there another type of format that you prefer? One moment though, I'll BRB. All right, man. But yeah, so I mean, looking at the different social medias, I think that one can determine that TikTok may be bad for you, man. I've always considered TikTok to be a very garbage platform. I just don't understand why people get into it so much. It's just, I think it's just one of those platforms that just it pisses me off, man. Hold on. Oh, sorry about that, folks. Trying to make some adjustments. I love the Yeti mic, man. What do you guys think of the show? Good audio? Does it make you feel good? Mm-hmm. Doing a quick snack break. Oh, yeah. What's up, everybody? Do you guys want to be my friend? Mm. These are so good. Mm. All right, you guys. I got 18 minutes to get super chats. Can I do this? What do you think, dog? That's a good one, Carl. I appreciate that. Good joke, brother. Definitely cheesy, but I appreciate it. Thank you, G Dog. Hello, it's me. Benzo says, do better. Why are you hating so much, Benzo? What did I do to you, G Dog? What did I do? Look, I love engaging with the audience, P. I'm engaging with you, my brony brother. If you want to know what state I live in, maybe you should drop a super chat, G Dog. Heck yeah. Well, look, with the whole TikTok ban thing, I know my girlfriend uses TikTok quite a bit. I don't. I'm just not a fan of TikTok at all. I just don't think it's a very good platform. I don't really understand the appeal. Um, but I get that people are addicted to that form, like they're really just addicted to the vertical short structure to it. I guess that makes certain sense. But, you know, what is the point at the end of the day? Can you tell me? And I don't want to see you cry. Okay, so I think for right now, we're gonna change this up a little bit. I think there's just too much going on, and I think the best thing I could do is get rid of the goal. For now. It's okay, bud. Hey, Carl, don't even sweat it, brother. All right, looks better. Looks a little better than I expected here. Just hold on. Just hold on to me. Mm. I think the screen was getting just a little too crowded on there. There we go. Okay, cool. But thank you guys for participating so far. Make sure you guys subscribe and make sure you guys like the video. In fact, but yeah, I think the TikTok ban is something that probably needs to still be considered. Um, I don't necessarily think it's the worst thing in the world. It still could be seen, like I said, warning label. It's just like cigarettes. Cigarettes are bad for you, straight up. But there should be some kind of warning label. So, Carl, there's going to be a government shutdown in your area. That's crazy. Like local government shutdown? Give me another second, folks. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. What up, Quantum? How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Good to see everybody. We only got 7 more minutes to get super chats, so we can get a few more, actually 19 minutes. We got 19 minutes to get super chats. So we're trying to get 10 in the next 19 minutes. Do you guys think we could do this? There's a lot of trolling going on in this channel. A lot of trolls. So I guess the question is TikTok a worthless platform? I think it is. I think that TikTok is a worthless platform. I just don't. I think I think it's programmed very well, but I think it's been a net negative to the youth. It's been a net negative to my generation, in my opinion. I just don't think there's been anything good that has come out of TikTok. And if there is good, I'm just not seeing it, man. So one last time, I need y'all to roll. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys think super chats are... Sorry, not super chats. Sorry. Do you think that TikTok itself is just a garbage platform? I think so too. I think it is. I think majority of people who go on YouTube, if they're on the shorts, I'm not a fan of the shorts platform, but it has gotten a lot of eyeballs to the show, so I'm grateful for it. I just don't think it's good for people. That's my personal opinion. It's a lot of bussy boys in the chat. Everybody's hating in the chat, man. Thank you for the chat. J too busy 24/7, I think is what you're trying to put on there. Thank you for the support, Jay. You're the man. I appreciate it. Appreciate the assist. What do you guys think, man? You guys think I'm out of my mind for doing this show and talking about my mussy and my bussy? And Jay too busy says, man, like Michael Garza commented in his own chat and answered the question. Of course I did. I wanted to pose the question in the chat so people could see it. And then they could answer the question, and I will answer my own question. Oh, Bitcoin, my click coin, dude. I made some micro profits from my micro, you know what. So do you guys think that Michael Saylor would be interested? We're talking about the guy that owns the CEO of Micro Penis Strategies, Michael Saylor. So I think it would be hilarious if the Bitcoin king himself, Michael Saylor, decided to purchase TikTok. He would probably, all he would have to use is Bitcoin, which is worthless ultimately. So do you guys think that Michael Saylor might take his grift to TikTok next and convince the youth to be a gambling grifter like him and buy into Bitcoin and convince people to get into something that's utterly worthless? All right. So, what else are we talking about here? So, J2 Busy says, you just said a whole lot of nothing, Michael. We dozed off right when you started. I don't know. I mean, I think here's the thing with TikTok itself. Do you guys fluctuate between the two platforms? So, for example, whoever's watching this right now, how often do you switch back and forth between TikTok and YouTube for your consumption needs of video? Because I am legitimately just curious. Like, what is the fluctuation? How much do you go back and forth on it? Do you know what I mean? Know what I mean? Trying to get you guys' noggins rolling, trying to get you guys thinking here. Right? Trying to get you thinking. Don't want you stinking, I want you thinking. J2 Busy says, we ain't answering your goofy ass question, you bozo. It's a little harsh, but I accept it. All right? I accept it. Will you answer it now, Jay? Are you going to answer my bussy brony question? Okay? Do you guys fluctuate between the two platforms? Or do you choose one primarily over the other? Are you guys occasionally on YouTube or occasionally on TikTok? Like, where do you guys tend to take, your overall consumption business too? I prefer YouTube. I also don't do the vertical videos. I don't do vertical shorts. I don't do vertical lives as far as it goes when it comes to consumption of content. When it comes to production of content, obviously I'm doing verticals because that's where sadly the eyeballs are at. When it comes to me personally, my consumption is I'm watching pre-recorded videos on YouTube that are in the horizontal direction. Yeah. We got a war. There's a war in the chat right now. There's a lot of angry dudes in the chat. Can we answer the question, why is everybody in the chat so mad at me? Why are you guys so upset? What did I do to you? What did I do to you guys? Tell me. What did I do? Okay. What am I yapping about nothing? I'm trying to figure out what you guys are yapping about. Like I'm trying to get a gauge there. I don't understand what you're putting down is what I'm trying to say. One moment. Be right back. All right, let's see here. J too busy, dude. This is my boy, dude. J too busy, I think, just became a brony brother by default. Do you want to become an honorary brony brother? J too busy? I think you do. Woo. J too busy. getting too izzy. Oh, J2 bit dude, he's gonna be dude. Brony Brothers, dude. J2 Busy just became an honorary Brony brother. What a stud, dude. What a stud. Do you guys think he'll be the best Brony brother of all time? Yeah, I think everybody's just wanting to ban a little too much. You know what I mean? It's too much banning. Less bans, baby. No more banning. Christian Madwig says, I think it's time for a break. Nobody's here. Absolutely, man. So the grasshopper breeder. I don't know what you're doing. What are you talking about? That's why I need to stop going on the vertical lives, dude. I swear, dude, all the freaky dudes seem to come out on these vertical lives. It's freaking me out, bro. My brony brother. You got a pretty fat head. It's true. Everybody jealous. Oh no, we only got 1 minute and 16 seconds to get a super chat. Oh my god. Oh my god. What are you guys doing? What are we doing? All right. Looks like I'm testing something real quick. Hmm. Yep, let's see here. But I will say thank you guys for tuning in. Let's see. Yeah, we'll end this one a little early, but since we don't got anybody at least showing up, it's all right. But appreciate y'all. Later.